Hi there, Autumn Bear answering the question, how do our bodies adapt to our diet? Diet is an interesting thing because, basically our diet is a reflection of our environment and certainly our cultural preferences and the aspects of our lives in which we kind of incorporate. And diet can be, both very nourishing, it can be certainly damaging. Our bodies, to a certain extent, whatever we take into our body gets broken down on a cellular level, digested, and becomes us. So on many levels, our environment and what we choose to eat ultimately become who we are and what we choose to do with our lives, and influence how we feel. Some aspects of diet we can adapt to quite easily. The body's natural resources are made to handle fruits, vegetables, meats, fish, the variety of things that kind of come from the earth that we spend most of our time trying to prepare and eat on a healthier component. And those are the things with the nutritional value that really support our bodies and allow us to function on a fairly, optimal level, so to speak. It's only when we start to feed our body various different food-like substances, and I say food-like substances because we eat a lot of foods that have no nutritional value whatsoever. They're packaged as food, but the body uses them as best it can, and it tries to strip those nutrients as best it can, but really ends up over time lacking the nutritional value, and then therefore we end up with a lot of disease and pathology. So, when we talk about adaptation, I think the body has the ability to adapt to a certain level. If you move to Alaska and you start eating like pickled seal fins, the body's taste and or ability to use those nutrients will adapt, and it will start to enjoy and certainly utilize those to your benefit. Same thing, you move to a tropical climate and suddenly you're eating far more mangoes than you ever thought you would in your life. The body will of course adapt to that. What it won't adapt to is certain aspects of allergens, certainly gluten sensitivities or milk sensitivities. There's a lot of genetic modification of our food that the body has a hard time adapting to. Utilizing certain cooking techniques like microwave ovens. There's a lot of debate and speculation on whether or not that causes some cellular deformation and whether our bodies can adapt to that. And certainly, when we use a lot of chemicals on our food, our body has a really hard time adapting to that. So when we use foods to adapt to our environment, we're really looking for the nutritional components, deep, nutritional, nourishing foods that can allow our bodies to flourish. And certainly we want to avoid the foods that plague our body and cause pathology. So what our body's not necessarily going to adapt to are the things that are over-processed, over-refined, chemically added or altered, genetically modified to a certain extent, and perhaps not even coming from the earth on any level. So choose your food wisely and certainly enjoy the process.